each other. But Sky and ReMinD, we saw Sky early today on the main stage, and it was a beautiful performance.
To be completely honest with you, this game is just sick. Sky is such an awesome player, and he was the player that everyone thought would take the first place in the group, but then suddenly it was time for Moon. Moon was able on Ancient Isles to take him down. Moon won the group, and now we have this final game between ReMinD and Sky. Whoever wins here takes second place, advances, and the loser is out.
Well, I know Sky. You can see his results right there. 2007, 2011, denied both times the crown. Second position is what he got. The only first place he's got shown up on that board just then was his qualifier to get here. And now he's just like, well, don't give me second again. I must win this. We must move on through. I must challenge Moon.
This guy is definitely turning on the boss mode here. ReMinD, on the other hand, he is such an awesome player. This is his last chance. He said that he will quit his pro gaming career after this event. He will have to go to the military. He's actually texting before the game starts. I just have to check my mobile phone. We exchanged numbers earlier.
It's like, Caldor, I got this in the bag.
I actually talked to him just 5 minutes ago when he was heading into the booth, and we talked a little bit. And he's like, man, I can do this, but it's going to be tough. Sky is awesome, and I am not quite sure if I can defeat a human player these days. He knows that he has it in him, but will he be able to get those 100% that he will need to defeat Sky?
Man, we don't know yet. He was able to get the 2010 Grand Final, and he would love to bag the 2012 as well, but that requires him to get himself through this match. And, well, it's coming up in a couple of moments' time. The game still hasn't launched just yet, but seems like our observer is happy to go, even like capitalizing an exclamation mark as well. We're going to get this shizzle underway.
I definitely hope that we are going to start this game as fast as possible. I want to start with the Human versus Night Elf on Echo Isle. Sky versus ReMinD, and both of them, this is their last chance. They have the same score in the group. This is such an exciting game already. We're talking about the quarterfinals, semifinals, and of course the grand final within the next 2 days, but this is already so intense. Korea versus China, especially in Warcraft 3, this has been like one of the major competitions for an eternity now.
Yeah, we've been loving it, absolutely loving it. In case you can see us down here, right? Or you can't see us anymore, unfortunately, we're not that popular. So instead, I am now going to be a female, and Caldor is going to be a...
No, the long hair suits me way more.
Really? Really? Well, you have no hair. You see the bald guy at the back?
Exactly. I have to make it for that.
Ah, I see. So this is like this is like your real life avatar. Give me hair and make me awesome.
She's my real life pendant. I gave her all of my hair. This is why her hair is long.
Ah, I see your logic, Caldor. I know. Yeah. This completely explains why you have such insight when it comes to Warcraft 3, and maybe every now and then StarCraft 2.
This explains everything, my friend. Echo Isles is the map. And, well, we could see... Actually, Sky these days is playing with a lot of fast expands. That's what ReMinD told me. But occasionally, he really likes to start with his tower pushes. Might be something we see on Echo Isle. The game is about to start, guys. The Chinese crowd is going nuts here. They want to see Sky advance. They want to see him advance to the brackets. But on the other hand, there is this Korean superstar. There is ReMinD, who has his last big tournament here, who wants to make an impression. This is his chance. Will he take it? We'll find out. WCG 2012 with Warcraft 3. And it is on. The Warcraft 3 game, the last in the group. I'm Caldor, with me is Toby1. And our players today in this game are starting to the top left of Echo Isles. The Chinese player, it is Sky. And his opponent starting to the top right in blue, the Night Elf player, the Korean, it is ReMinD. Both of them with the same score in the group. Whoever takes this game is going to advance, and the loser can go home.
Yeah, so the pressure is definitely on right now. So looking forward to seeing just how we're going to kick off the start of this game. We've seen so many progressions, because last time, and if I want to take a bit of a trip back to 2007, when it was the last time I actually got to cast Warcraft 3 on this map itself, and it was Night Elf versus Night Elf, and this was my looking at a mirror map that I remember. Exact same positions, but in this scenario, a little bit different. You can't play like you do Night Elf versus Night Elf. You're going up against a human, man.
I actually also just took a trip down memory lane to 2007. Remember that back then I still had hair. I didn't shave my head.
No.
Look, That's how long that is.
Yeah.
But well, jokes aside, guys, now let's have a quick look what's going on here. We have, of course, the Archmage first once again for Sky. No surprises here. On the other hand, we will most likely see the Warden. Yes, there it is. And we have already a Scout, a Scout farm being built in the main base of the Night Elf player.
Such a pain in the butt, that thing.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's just, you can't really do anything about it, you know? You don't have any units to spare in the early game. What are you going to do? Are you going to attack it with your hero that's wasting precious time? You can't do anything. You will be able to take down the Peon if you're lucky, but you can't do anything. The Ancient of War has to be used to take down the first creep spot. You need those archers as well to back them up. So until the mid game, there's nothing you can do about the farm.
Yeah, this is actually a fun little thing the humans are able to do. Just easy harassment, get that footman out nice and early on, and even just hunting down wisps. Like, you want to move them around, you want to be scanning out in different random positions with it, and there's nothing you can do until the army starts to be built up. And Night Elf always just that little bit slower to get your boys up and running and get them out on the front lines. But now we see Archmage up on the field. Of course, I fondly refer to him as Cottle, Keeper of the Light. That's just because it's his Dota. It's his second alias. It's like Caldor with hair. It's Cottle without a beard. That's his Dota 2. Except he actually has a beard in Dota 2 as well.
He has a very long beard. And there we go. He's using the Militia, of course, in order to back this force up a tiny little bit and make sure that he gets as much out of the strip spot as possible before the Warden arrives to the action. And with a Shadow Strike in action, we could actually see one of those units going down. Nice! Gets the both of them. Nice detonate here for ReMinD. Sky is still doing a great job, but here comes the Warden, and she wants those kills. She wants to use the Shadow Strike.
Wizard. Yep. Couldn't get there in time.
Archmage gets the experience, gets the item, the Warden without any experience whatsoever, but trying to put a little bit of pressure onto the first hero of his opponent early on.
Yeah, but I love this from ReMinD. It's kind of a gamble that didn't really pay off because he's not able to really progress through. Picks up a footman, so at least be happy with that one.
Nice.
But this is just one of those times when you say, well, okay, well, I didn't snipe it off. Now I've wasted my own valuable timing. Ancient of War's already doing my progression, but I'm not finding experience up on the Warden. And that's the biggest thing. You need experience in these heroes. And he's trying to pick off a couple of the peons, of course, the old Militia. And this is just more harassment, more little, just saying, hi, I'm here. Things aren't supposed to be easy in this game if you don't know.
Yeah, things are definitely not easy in this game. Every single move can kill you. ReMinD actually said that he thinks right now players are playing close to perfect, and if you just make a small misstep, overextend yourself just a tiny little bit, you can lose the game immediately.
Man, this Warden is big, so like, he just does not give two hoots. Running on through, looking for a couple of Militia, because he knows the next transition has to happen, so all he's looking to do is just stall it up and maybe make Sky think that, ooh, maybe I shouldn't go down too far, because then I'm going to lose a couple of other little units. Like this small little Militia boy is trying to run for his dear life, and now there's Archer support as well as the Troll.
Same time, bottom left, once again, another creep. Here comes Sky moving in and is trying to take down this creep spot, but immediately ReMinD is trying to creep check in here, trying to do some damage, trying to take out the water element. Does it immediately. There's the next level up for the Archmage. Still a level 1 Warden in the game. And on the other hand, the Archmage taking level up after level up. The Warden under pressure!
Get out!
Oh my god, a last second TP here for the Warden. And immediately Sky setting up his expansion here. Things are not too good for ReMinD.
He was really, like, he didn't lose anything though. He didn't lose anything, but he's not gaining anything. We were talking about it during our last game with the Dota match, and it's kind of like the similar kind of thing. Look at, if you're going to go out, if you're going to try and stop the creep progression, then you've got to get something else while you're using this time. While you move out from one area, you've got to gain it back somewhere. Am I denying anything right now of Sky? No, nothing's been denied. Haven't really taken anything of his bar. What, a peon?
Here comes the expansion man for Sky, and the thing is that ReMinD currently is going for Hunters. He tries to put pressure onto his opponent. He tries to have an advantage here with the early force or the strong force that he has in the game, trying to hunt down footman after footman. Of course, heading straight for the creep spot. Wants to deny those experience, keep the Warden low. That's key here. At the same time, now the water element being dispelled, and here comes the level 2 for the Warden. Archmage trying to escape to the bottom right.
That's split.
Archmage on level 3, well done, well executed here by Sky, but ReMinD is on the warp path, is going to the bottom left, only an Arcane Tower. The expansion is not even up just yet, and here arrive the Hunters for ReMinD, trying to move and trying to take down these workers, getting more experience for the Warden, needs to focus the Warden with the Arcane Tower, starts to do it right now. The first peasants are already starting to die here, but so far so good for ReMinD, taking out this tower as fast as possible, but the peasants are moving in, going for the mass repair here, but a little bit too late.
In comes the cavalry from behind. The footmen get rid of at least one archer on the back, but the arcane tower goes down at the same time. And the Warden's going to be absolutely loving this. This is something which Sky will not get back. There's always a risk when you go for the expansion. The footmen trying to hunt down one of the poor little Luna boys at the very, very back. And now maybe a little bit of movement back out, maybe not, because again, we haven't got the support coming in. Now Sky brings it back. But it's not going to be enough, and already the damage being done. Happy to move back out.
ReMinD moving back now on 39 supply. He has a lot of hunts here with his army, and at the same time, the Footmen's, of course, doing a lot of damage here. Hydro, Forest Troll, Shadow Priest to the top right. We have another scouting farm for Sky. He wants to know when is there an expansion. Is there an expansion at all for ReMinD? Does he expand? Does he get another Tree of Life?
No.
So far, still tier 1 tech for ReMinD. And Sky, with the defense at the bottom left, was able to secure himself this expansion. ReMinD has to make a choice here. Pressuring once again or trying to set up his own expand. Looks like he's going for pressure. Definitely the better move.
Yeah, because if you're looking for your own expansion, then you know you're already behind the 8 ball. But if you're getting your army built up, then you can contest the expansion. You might be able to kill off the expansion if there is any kind of investment from Sky to build up and to actually have some kind of income coming from it or something down there. And now we go again. He doesn't want to remain. Move on down. Is there another arcane tower? For Footman, not going to be enough. Actually, it's going to be double arcane tower, but these things are going to drop very, very fast. Those Hunters focusing down one. Is he going to cancel the fact it gets built and then destroyed off? And the Archmage coming in to help out. But again, second arcane tower comes up. The Workman trying to keep it alive, and then beating down with the Hunters. It is an absolute bang down here on the bottom lane, but there's too much life. They've got to get rid. 100's almost gone.
And here comes the Shadow Strike on the Archmage. Archmage still on level 3, and of course the Hunters are all in pursuit. The tower is still alive. The mass repair really worked off here. 40 supply for Sky, and now ReMinD trying to take down these Footmen, killing another one, trying to get his XP. Here comes the Mud Golem for the slow, moving in him right away, and here comes the level up for the Warden. He's attacked by the Arcane Tower, low on mana, but here additional Wisp going for the Dispel.
Man, bring those wisps in. There's a whole cavalry coming in. Hunters have to move themselves back. There's too much damage still flying their way with the water elemental, so one just had in the back lines. And these towers trying to remain up, trying to repel this like onslaught that is just coming in from ReMinD. He's not sure about it. Really not sure about this.
More and more mercs are now being it. He has the there's another Footman nearly dead. Nice micro here from Sky. And here come more wisps going in immediately, trying to get the detonates on the water. And it's a nice blitz so far by Sky. The human player is doing a decent job here. The Night Elf moving in. 40 supplies still for our human player, and this is getting a little bit ugly. He's losing Footman after Footman. So far we have ReMinD with a good job keeping those Hunters alive. He needs to be careful though.
Yeah, these 3 Hunters are sitting on such low life, and the Form's been chasing him down. It is just not going to be enough, and there goes our new towers. There's so much investment coming from Sky to hold this.
The piercing damage doing so much against the unarmored Hunters here, especially the Watermelon on level 2 is doing a great job here. ReMinD is once again throwing everything against this defense, against this expansion.
No, not to bring this one Footman. He's one right click away from death. Hunters coming back in again.
And once again, the Arcane Tower immediately targeting down one of the Forest Troll Shadow Priests here. And he lives! Here comes the Shadow Strike. Level 4 Archmage has the 2 aura and this Ring of Regeneration, and the boots are doing such a great job for the Archmage here. So important to keep him alive.
And this onslaught is just not stopping. The reinforcements are looking to come in at some point, and maybe it will be enough. Archmage, he's sitting really, really low, a little bit further back. And these Huntresses, they're still sitting so low on life. They can't bring the Arcane. They loses one as well on the way back out.
These Water Elementals do just so much piercing damage. It is insane. The Warden still trying to hunt down this Archmage, not successful. And it is still not nighttime. Those Moonwells can't regenerate. And it looks like Sky was able to save himself this expansion. Things are spinning completely out of control of ReMinD. He's down to 37 supply. He's only on tier 1. He doesn't have tier 2 units. And this is going to be a huge problem. He tries to level up his Warden. He tries to just get a better army, get a stronger Warden. That's all that he can do. Everything is on the line for him here.
And this is just one of those times now. One of those times, like, when is going to be that critical move? Are we going to see that expansion go down? We're seeing Warden getting more and more levels, not level 5 just yet. Surprisingly also, the Warden basically naked.
Yeah, the Warden, only with the Scroll Beast here, has the Circle of ability to push the stats a little bit. At the bottom right now, we have Sky moving out, trying to creep at the Goblin Merchant. But we have ReMinD on the move once again, and this time he is heading straight into the main base. He's like, well, you've done the expansion, I'm gonna try and take down your main. But is there enough for Sky? There are the turrets. Where's the repair? The peasants have to be there. He cancels the turret.
he can't get him in close enough. And the support's not coming back. The Archmage isn't here, and we've got Sky's army completely caught out of position.
He needs the TP, and
but where is it? Where is it? I'm not seeing it come. And now we've lost 2. There it finally comes, but just run away. The damage is done.
100 is being blocked here. Here comes the DP. Immediately the move out. Is the Warden strong enough to turn the tides here? He needs to get a few more militia in. At the same time, now we have those water elements doing a great job with those Huntresses. And as soon as the Armage is level 5 and the level 3 water element joins the battle, it's going to be bad news for ReMinD. 45 supply for our Night Elf player. But the Chinese human is on Archmage in the corner. Potion of invulnerability being used.
He also had a nice little move around the rest of his army.
Level 5.
He's got to be careful. He's got to be careful. Level 5 up on Archmage, but the Warden's going to go in again. The TP being used, but the damage is still being dealt. Hundreds on the run away.
And the Archmage gets away here, uses the Staff of Teleportation, still having 2 scrolls in the inventory. The Warden on level 4, far away from level 5. There's just not enough experience. Suddenly nearly being surrounded by Footman. He needs to be more careful. He takes down the Water Elemental, tries to move back here, but he needs to be really careful what he's doing right now. The bullets are moving in the Glaive Barrage, but they're coming in, and this is it! Oh
no!
My God!
Why? Why?
This is it! The Chinese crowd is screaming and cheering. The level 4 Warden dies, and it looks like Sky is going to take it.
Oh my! Why was he still there? There was no need.
There was no need.
He didn't have to die.
He was so young. Only level 4.
He had a wonderful life ahead of him.
Look at this Archmage, level 5.5. Here comes the Pandaren Brewmaster on level 1 though. The second hero now for Sky, whereas the Warden is being revived. 38 supply against 51. 2 base play against 1.
GG!
This is
it!
ReMinD, he knows he cannot come back into this game. And Sky, the Chinese player, advances. China going crazy. They are happy. Their player made it into the next round. Moon is the first in the group, but Sky takes second place.
Man, that moment, he was still in there, the Warden. We were talking about the stuff that haunts your dreams and turns them into nightmares. And ReMinD, he will not want to be, do you dare say, reminded of that.
But at that point, really, I mean, this is a bad end for his career, of course. He wanted to do a little bit more at this tournament. This is the last pro gaming tournament for him. He has to go to the military soon. But yeah, the Warden dies, and that puts a stop to the play in the first game, which is unfortunately the last game, as we have a best of 1 at our hands. But still, at this point he was so far behind already. The level 5 Archmage was against a tier 1 Night Elf player. It does so much. As soon as you have the level 3 Water Elementals, the damage is insane against the Hunters. And what else are you gonna do? Too many units, more supply, the expansion as well. The income is crazy. So Sky with just a perfect defense saves this expansion, and then suddenly there's nothing else to do for ReMinD. He was not able to break the defense of Sky, and this is what he can do.
Yeah, man, and of course now we're going to have a bit of a break. Wave 9 versus last minute for World of Tanks will be coming up next. Warcraft 3 to follow, so Calder and I will return for that one. But you get to have a bit of a change up for our next slot.
See you guys. This is the WCG 2012 in China.